What is going on, guys? It's your boy BG, and welcome. Well, y'all already know the deal, bro. You already done heard this 29 times, and this about to be the 30th time, bro. The 30th episode. You know what I'm saying, man? Look, this is a milestone, bro. I never thought that I will be making it to 30 episodes, you feel me? But when you have that hard work, when you have that dedication, man, when you have that purpose placed in front of you, in front of your life, bro, and most importantly, God, bro, you're going to keep going. You're going to keep going. But aside from all that, this podcast session was had to have been the most best one I've done with a feature. My boy Emmanuel, bro, thank you so much for going in on this podcast and giving me the gems. You know what I'm saying? You gave me a lot of gems in that joint, man. And I know for what you're doing thus far, bro, this is helping the people. This is helping others to learn the same things that we're trying to learn and fully understand to the maximum, you know? And this podcast is on all platforms, whatever you get your podcast. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, make sure you 5-star this joint and make sure you comment down below what you think about this podcast and what you believe and some criticism. You know what I'm saying? I got tough skin, bro. You know, I can face criticism. You guys are there to primarily impact this podcast to the fullest. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoy the episode, and I will catch y'all later. Love ain't gonna get you but so far, bruh. Mm-hmm. Love ain't gonna put money. Love ain't gonna pay your bills. What is going on, guys? It's your boy BG. Welcome to Common Sense, where common sense isn't so common. And today I have a special guest, one of my homeboys, my man Emmanuel. What's going on with you?
I'm good. My name is Emmanuel, guys. On IG, Olisemeka the one. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my boy Braxton. Like, this might be going great. Like, I'm not even gonna tell you where we at right now, but
oh nah, we feel good. Look.
Like, listen. We outside.
We outside today.
We outside
today. You feel me?
We outside.
And I think I'm gonna start calling these the Car Chronicles, bro, because it's like, before we even started recording, bro, it's like, shit just got the flowing, bro. Like, right. Everything just got the flowing. Right. And I was like, man, let me just go ahead and stop. Let me just stop doing what I'm doing now, because I feel like if I talk too much, I'm gonna end up saying the stuff that's necessary to say on this podcast. I'm like, all right, bro, we just gonna have to hold on. He was like, yeah, just hold on. Just hold off on it. Woo. Mm-hmm. But, you know, in today's topic, man, we're gonna talk about financial literacy, man. My boy, I had hit him up, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, man, you know, I need you on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, when I hopped into your little Zoom joint, you was talking about, like, you know, all the financial things and whatnot, and I feel like, you know, financial literacy is something that this generation actually needs. I feel like we need to teach people, especially people that's within this generation, within that age group that studies that, or within that field of financial literacy. And I feel like even myself, I need to study that. You know, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm on a podcast. I mean, dog, let's keep it real. Mm-hmm. We're doing a podcast in the car. Once again, like I said, we call these Car Chronicles. So, I mean, I don't even know where I should really start, bro, because I feel like we already started going We already started going before we really even, like, really tapped in.
But it's one thing I do have to say when it comes to, like, financial literacy and all that. It's not really talked about. Like, I feel like people are just scared to talk about money. Like, that's one thing that I kind of, like, I always question it. Like, why are people scared to talk about money? And I think one reason why people are scared to talk about money is because it's always, when it comes to money, there's always a negative connotation to it. Like, people would say money is the root of all evil.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. That's why before I left the car, right, I was like, let me shut up about that. Because if I start talking about that, we're going to go in. And this is how I personally feel. People who believe money is the root of all evil is the people who never had money.
Right.
Let's keep that real.
Right. Let's keep it a buck. Exactly.
And then plus, people who like have that sense that money is the root of all evil, money is the root of all evil because they lived in a family whereas that's what they were taught. So now they teaching their kids that same way. Those are the one who is let's just say, uneducated about money. So they feel like everyone did something bad for money, or the money is not the problem, because the money cannot talk. The person who is using the money is the problem.
Exactly. Like, you know, like I always tell people now, like, money is just a piece of paper. How can a piece of paper be the root of all evil?
I mean, yeah, you know, money is just
a tool,
something that you can obviously get off of a tree and just manufacturing in the factory, the piece of tree, making it paper, and put a man on it who's the president.
That's all.
And then put value to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just, I think really people believe money. Like I said, money is the root of all evil, because people are uneducated about money. So, you know, they just been in poor families, and people just aren't taught financial literacy or what is the true meaning of money. And me personally, I feel like I'm going too deep too early. But I stated in a podcast maybe a while back that people fall in love with money, but money is just a tool.
Right.
You have many tools you use. You use a fork, and it's a tool, but you don't love your fork.
Exactly.
You use a plate, it's a tool, but you don't love the plate.
Exactly.
Money is just only a thing that generates you more money, that generates you more opportunities, that generates you more. It gives you the sense of freedom. If you're able to obtain rich, I feel like it's easy to be rich, but it's harder to be wealthy.
Right.
Wealthy is when you take with the money you took when you was rich, and you prize it into other assets and resources that generate you. I guess you say, what is the word? Whatever investor does, because I do it myself and I had it in my notes. Generational wealth. Something that creates generational wealth. So that's what wealthy is. You it's easy to become rich. You can make 100 bands, 200 bands a year. But it's in a matter of how are you using that money.
How you use it, and that comes back to the mindset. Because let me tell y'all, like, you wouldn't think millionaires can go back down to zero. People have done it. Like, I was on Instagram one day, and I've seen Fat Joe. Fat Joe was talking about how he made, I don't know if it was 10 mil or 50 mil. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if he made 50 mil or 10 mil. But what happened was literally he will go to the club, I think like every day or like every week, and he would go to the teller and ask them, give me 50K. So, you know, a couple months later or a couple years later, I don't know the specifics, he goes to the teller and asks him for 50K. And the teller says, you got no money in the bank. So this man literally, it's not just obtaining money. It's not just obtaining, you know, what you want, the millions you want. It's like, at the end of the day, what are you doing? What are you going to do with it? Do you have a plan? You know, you got to have a game plan when it comes down to finances. Because if you don't, you could lose it all like that. So what happened, to finish the story, was he started going to the people that owe him money and asking them, yo, I need that 15K, that 50K I gave you, that, you know, 10K I gave you. And then he came back up to 200K. But the one thing I learned from that is that no matter how much money that anybody has, doesn't mean, there's a difference between rich and wealthy. Like, there's a huge difference between, Fat Joe was rich. He was rich, but he didn't have that wealthy mindset. So that's why now he learned from that. Now he had that wealth. Now he has wealth now because he has a wealthy mindset. There's a difference between a rich mindset, or you just gonna get the cash, you're just gonna get the bag. But there's a difference between a wealth mindset. Wealth mindset, you thinking about after you die. That's another level when it comes to finances. Like, everybody wants to hit, you know, get to 6 figures. Everybody wants to make 6 figures. Everybody wants to make 7 figures, 8 figures. Okay, that's cool and all. But the thing is, okay, you're rich. Okay, that's fine. You're rich. But are you wealthy? Like, what are you doing with that money? Are you reinvesting it? Are you spending it? Like, what are you doing we doing that money to take not only you but your family and your kid, future generation, kids after kids to the next level. Like, that's another thing that I saw one day is, like, we gotta stop normalizing getting out of the struggle. Like, you feel me? I'm black. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm black too.
we black. So kind of like, I feel like in our society, it's kind of like we always talk about, yo, we gotta get out the struggle, we gotta get out the mud. But, you know, our counterparts, they started from a garden. Why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we set our kids up to start from the garden so they can, like, you know, just go straight up? You feel me? Like, go straight up. So I feel like that should be normalized to the point that should be normalized. Like, I'm gonna make this money, gonna keep some for my kids. So by the time they're 18, they already have a surplus amount of money already in their bank account, so they can do what they want to do. And, like, based on your teachings, your kids are going to do the same thing with their. So it's kind of like you are climbing this ladder step by step to the point where your kids, like, your whole, it's forever wealthy. Like, your whole family, because of you, it all starts from you. Like, we gotta stop saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, we gotta get out the struggle. No, like, we gotta, like, I have to stop. Like, let's start from a garden. Let's not start from getting out the mud. Like, that's over with. Like, you feel me? That's to me. That's for me. You know what I'm saying?
To kind of like feed off of what you just said, right? In order for someone to get out of the mud, you need to prize skills.
Right. Exactly.
Skills is what generates that generational wealth.
Right.
You have to invest money to make money.
Right.
You have to have the necessary skills. Learning something can be free, but learning something that generates revenue cost. Mm-hmm. In order for you to learn how to become an investor and learn how to trade, of course you can read, but if you want the direct information where someone's actually doing it and teaching it,
right,
that within itself, you have to have money to do that. And you have to know that skills is what generates that. You have to learn how to trade in order to become generational wealth. It's something you got to be able to teach your kids how to do. Because this is the reason why, me personally, because I want to leave it open to everyone, because I know everyone's situation is different.
Right.
I want to make sure the floor is open. But in order for you to gain generational wealth, you need the necessary information to gain that type of wealth.
Yeah.
You got to have the skills. You got to put the money down for the skills. And if you don't have money, I don't have all the answers. But if you don't have money, you don't have money. You just had to find a way to get money.
Right.
Now, legally, bro. Legally,
and that's the beauty thing about investing and trading in general. Like, it's legal, right? It's legal, and it's not like you don't have to put your life on the line. Like, you feel me? You don't have to put your life on the line. This is just you. Just once you learn how to do it, it's gonna pay you forever. Like, straight up. So I've been trading for, like, personally for me, I've been trading and investing for 3 years. And I started, so my first year, like, no, before I even get into that. So let me just tell y'all how I even got started in the first place. It's just one of my friends just showed me an app, Robinhood. That was it. That was all I needed. That one of my friends showed me an app. This was high school senior year. I'm in college. I'm in college. I'm a senior now. I'm in college. I'm a senior now. But this was in high school senior year. He was talking about investing and trading. I'm like, what are you talking about? What is that? He showed me the app. Because you didn't have the information at the time. I didn't have it.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have it.
You didn't have the information.
I didn't have the information. So I was like, what is that? What is that? He's like, yeah, it's like a place where you can make money and all that stuff. So he showed me the app. He sent it to me. I downloaded it on my phone. I didn't question anything. I didn't question anything. Like, the only thing I questioned was they asked for my social security number. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna cap though. That's how, like, a lot of older people are too. It's like,
right.
I ain't putting my social security in.
Right, exactly.
They snub my. Yeah, I get it because see, this is why the older generation, are so like I ain't gonna say against. They sort of against investing because they weren't taught.
Right.
They weren't taught. That's why I'm saying it all it all falls back onto what the information you're given.
Right.
If you acquire the information, they always say experience is the best teacher, which is true.
Right.
Which is indeed true, 100% true. I 100% agree. But however, in order for you to experience those things, you need the information to have those experiences.
Exactly.
If you say, okay, I want to be a trader, you need to learn how to be a trader to learn the experiences and like the wins and losses of trading.
Right, exactly.
And how to become a better investor.
Right.
You need the information.
Right. Exactly. The experience is definitely the best teacher. But I for me, the best experience is like the best teacher is the experience from other people. That's what people don't talk about. Like people will say, yeah, saying you're gonna learn from your mistake. You're gonna learn from your mistakes, like your personal mistakes. But it's better if you learn from somebody else's, so you don't have to go through that because you already know. Since you know, now from you to get to point A to point B is faster.
I got a gem for you, just from what you just said. That I got a whole gem for you. A smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from others' mistakes.
Yep, and that's facts. That's complete fact. Because like once I knew that, I was like, I gotta look for. It took me a while before I knew that. I didn't came like my first year of investing and trading. I blew many accounts. It was this. This was just straight up off of I was studying. So I had I'm not going to lie. I watched 300 hours of YouTube videos. I'm not going to lie.
Damn.
I was so dived in because I was like, hold on. If I get good at this could be like anything I want is like anything. Like this anything that I desire is already mine. Like if I get this skill down, like I already know I'm free.
Then we just talked about that beforehand. I said once you learn one skill, once you can focus on one thing, it can generate the sources of revenue from other multiple businesses.
Right, exactly. Like I'm free. So I did over 300 hours of YouTube studying and all that stuff, and then I realized, like, why am I not really going anywhere? And then I asked myself, damn. Like, I'm going... like, ain't nothing wrong with... I'm not saying... There ain't nothing wrong with YouTube, but... on YouTube, when you're watching those YouTube videos, you have to personally go through that for you to learn from it. Because it's not like personal mentorships. It's not like personal mentorship. So, in like a year in... So, I blew many accounts. Many blue accounts. A year in, I was like... a year and a half, I was like, you know what? Some guy came to me and was like, he was in my Discord. I had a Discord chat, and I was learning from people in the Discord, whatever. And then there was this one guy that was posting his charts. I'm like, your charts are the way I mark up my charts and the way you mark up your charts, it's very similar, but I feel like I'm missing something. And then he was like, yeah, okay. After a while, he came to me and said, yeah, I could teach you. So he had way more experience than I did. I'm talking about probably 6 more years plus than I did. And I was like, okay. He said to get started is $700. I'm like, this is for a lifetime, like a lifetime access. I'm like, I'm still in college, people. I'm still in college.
I mean, that college life, that joint be a struggle, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm still in college, bro. Luckily, when he told me that, a couple months before that, I only had $15 in my bank account. This was me starting out college. Like, I only had $15 in my bank account. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this, because it's kind of like, the only reason why I didn't even know I only had $15 in my bank account.
That's crazy.
During this time. Like, I didn't even know. The only reason why I knew I only had $15 in my bank account is because my brother came to me and was asking me for money because because he had to go to dinner with his friends. My brother's 4 years younger than me, so he's in high school. So I go to the bank. I'm literally walking to the bank. Like I literally drove my brother. Like I drove my brother to the bank. I was like, yeah, I'll get you the 20. Right? I'll get you the 20. This is Bank of America. So I walk into the bank.
I'm trying hard not to laugh, bro. Cause
this was 3 years ago. Like this was 3 years ago. This was like, yo, this was like I was new to I was new to everything. Like when it comes to finance, I was new to like everything. This was like right like when I was just starting college. Like during this time I had no job either. I had no job, but I had like money saved up for like before, but it was like, damn. Like only reason why I knew I had $15 in my account is because we walked to the bank. The bank was like, We're not gonna let you withdraw. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not gonna let me withdraw. You're not gonna let me withdraw the 15? The bank literally told us that you need minimum $20 to withdraw. I'm like, I felt sick. So I had to walk back to the car and be like,
damn, bro.
Listen,
I ain't got 20, bro.
I don't have the listen, I don't got the 20.
Damn.
I don't got the 20. So I was like, from that day forward, I knew I had a hustle. From that day forward, that was like my first wake up call. I had money saved up, but it went down to 15, all the way down to 15. I didn't know I had 15.
And you know, it's so crazy that you said that, bro. Because I'm not even gonna hold you. Like recently, I had a wake up call like 3 or 4 weeks ago, bro. Mm-hmm. And the number one thing I feel like being wealthy or rising to the highest income, mm-hmm. you have to know how to be broke.
Right. You
have to know.
Right, exactly.
You have to be broke in order for you to be rich.
Right.
Especially if you're trying to generate like if you're trying to generate wealth for like families and like for your family, for your people, for your family, trying to take care of them, you have to be broke in order for you to be rich. Mm-hmm. You have to know how it feels to have $15 in your bank account and can't withdraw that shit.
And I felt that shit. Like the bank will even let you withdraw. If you're broke, the bank is not gonna let you withdraw. Like imagine that. Like it ain't no. The bank is not gonna let you withdraw. Like that. Even before months before that, it was like, it was like once time before, like I had an overdraft fee, and I literally it was because it was Amazon. Okay, so what happened was it was like I ordered something from school, whatever. One day I ordered something from school, and I wanted to ship very fast so I could get it on time to like study for the test, whatever. And I did the yearly. I thought it was free. I did the yearly thing. Amazon took the money. Next thing you know, Bank of America emails me saying your bank is negative something. I'm like, what the fuck?
I ain't gonna lie, that joint be scary, bro. Don't get me wrong, that joint be scary because like a couple of weeks ago, over a month ago, I went to the club, bro. Uh-huh. Me and my homeboy went to the club. Woo-woo. I'm over there. I paid for my drink. He paid for my way to get in the club. When I bought his drinks, I lie to you not, 3 a.m. at night, I went in the house. Uh-huh. When I looked at my bank account, I just cried, bro. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. That joint be bitches, bro. When you having bread saved up, bro, and especially like, because it was a bill I had to pay, bro, and it didn't kick in till like 2 or 3 days later. I was like, damn, I thought I paid for it. And then once I look back at my account, bro, off the 3 a.m., I'm already, mind you, bro, I already had me a drink or two. I'll go in the joint, bro. I just went to sleep, bro. Oh, I ain't gonna hold you. My man was laughing at that, but I'm like, it's true. But like, ever since then, it was a wake up call for me. At the same token, so at that point, when you're trying to generate a huge amount of wealth, you have to have self discipline.
Right.
That's like the number one thing. So what I had to do for myself, and I'm gonna tell you something that I'm doing right now, and I have no problem saying it. What I'm doing right now to keep myself on to generate that longevity of wealth. This is what I'm doing. You can do the same as me. And I'm telling you exactly from experience. This is working for me right as we speak. I also got Robinhood also. What I do is, you don't have to put a huge amount to invest. That's the number one thing. People feel like they have to put 200 to put in Robinhood.
Right. You just gotta get started.
You just gotta get started. You just gotta get started. And so this is what I personally do myself. When I get paid, also remember when you have a job, remember what you're using your job or what is your job funding for you. Exactly. If you have something greater, if you feel like you have a greater purpose, if you want to create generational wealth, do understand if you are working a 9-to-5 job, understand that what is the job that what is your I know it's like 4 or 5 different sources. I know you have passive and you have I forgot. It's because my mind is racing.
It's passive. Passive is one of the best types of income in the world. Like for passive, I would take passive income over anything else.
What's the other source of income? So I can go ahead and finish my sentence. I'm trying.
One of them is active. Like you actively have to do something.
So I think having a 9-to-5 job is like active income.
Yeah, active.
Okay,
income.
so all right,
that's with trading. That's with trading too. Like you have to actively trade to make money.
All right, so now as you said that now, so all right, let me go ahead and make this sentence make way more sense now. Use whatever is active income to create passive income. Right there. Just put it right there. Because reason why I say that, now as I was telling you can use this method too. I have another bank. I'm with Navy Federal, and I'm also with another bank with Democracy for Credit Union. This is what I do. Whenever I get paid, I invest 10% of what my annual pay is. I invest 10% into my Navy Federal Bank. I invest that, and I don't have a bank card with them, so I can't take it out. No matter what it is, every check. Invest 10% of the income of what you're already making from your job, from your active income. Invest 10% of it to save. Take 30. Well, you could say add like let's just say maybe you got like. I'm gonna just say you probably say invest. If you say you invest maybe 120, right? Just say 120. You invest 120, right? You take $90 and you invest it in your account that you cannot get out, the money you cannot get out, and take the $30 to invest in investing.
Right.
Now you're creating money that you're saving up, and then you're trying to create passive income. Because then one of the goals of investing is, well, my goal personally, I want to be able to live off my dividends.
That's right there. Like I'm doing the same thing. So for me, every 2 weeks. So I also work now. You feel me? I also work as I continue to trade. So for me, every 2 weeks when I get paid, some of that money goes into my M1 Finance. So my Robinhood account, I have many brokers accounts because that's how heavy.
It's very important to do that.
Heavy D. Like I have many investing brokers accounts. But M1 Finance, I feel like that one is for I consider that my long-term account. So all my stocks, that one is like dividends. That one is all dividends. So I put my money dividends, and I know like, I might get a couple of dollars, a few cents in dividends. If I just keep adding those dividends, it's gonna get to like 10 years, 15 years from now, it's gonna get to the amount, or even more. Well, how long it takes, it's gonna be just from dividends alone. I'm making someone's annually salary.
Facts.
Just by getting started today. So it's like if you get started before 25 when it comes to like investing and you're collecting dividends at the age, if you invest, I don't know if it's like 10, 15 or 20%. At the age of 65, you're gonna come up over $500,000, right? Over $500,000,
or
like
more, depending
or more, 700 to $1 million. But if you start at the age of 25, you really gotta speed that joint up. When I mean like, time, like people, like when at the age of 25, that's when if you start investing at the age of 25, and you like let's say every 2 weeks you just invest 10%, depending on the amount. At 65, for you to reach even $500,000, like the maximum is $500,000. Like if you start investing 25, right now I'm 22, so right now I'm kind of like oh shit, like. I'm on it. Like every 2 weeks, something has to go in there. Every 2 weeks.
Sometimes
Sometimes.
that's how I'm feeling too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I would, like, sometimes, like, people will say, like, I always say to myself, I wish I started this early.
See,
and I'm just 22.
The thing is, too, what you said that, some people, they say that, bruh. Mm-hmm. I wish I started earlier. Don't look on the past. Look on what you can do right now.
Right.
I wish I learned this. No, start today. Start soon as you get your income. Have a finance budget.
Right.
Have a finance budget. Please.
And they don't teach that in schools.
They don't. They do not.
They don't teach that.
You have to have a finance budget. And I started to learn that because I damn sure tired of being broke.
Right.
So if I feel that way, you vicious if you live each day broke.
Right. In a
like loop. That it's two types of hard. It's hard being wealthy, but it's also hard being broke.
Right.
So choose your hard.
That's right.
Choose your hard.
And I've been telling people be giving me like, yo, I've been telling people that I'm like, because people be like, yeah, it's hard to get rich. It's hard to get wealthy. It's hard. Well, it's hard being poor.
Because, like, being poor is one thing. Because it's like, when you're poor, you don't have the necessary income to take care of yourself.
Right.
But being woke, I'd rather deal having rich problems than dealing with broke problems. Because broke problems, the small things with broke problems is that you don't have nothing to take. You don't have money to wipe your butt with. You don't have
exactly.
You don't have money to put food in your stomach. And if you gotta live each day trying to keep the lights on in your house, then I'd rather go. But see, here's another gem. Mm-hmm. The poor struggles to become rich, and the rich struggle to become happy.
That's a fact. Because people really think, rich people always happy.
No, it's not. It's not.
At the end of the day, we're human.
we're all human.
We're all human. So at the end of the day, like, rich people have their own problems. Poor people have their own problems.
It depends what type of problems you want to choose.
Yeah, it depends. It all comes back down to mindset. It really all comes back down to mindset for real. But for me, when people say, "Oh, you know, rich people, they don't have any problems. They got money. They got the resources." Yeah, listen, if rich people, they can get depressed. They can get
money. Don't buy happiness, bro.
Yeah, money. The thing about that is, like, people say that, but like Two-Face don't buy happiness either. Like, that's, you feel me?
Hey,
Two-Face don't buy happiness.
I mean, hey, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Two-Face don't buy happiness.
Because I mean, people feel like, I'm happy because I'm able to buy me this Christian Dior or this Birkin bag it have you happy temporarily, but guess what you're doing the next couple of months later or the next few weeks later? You're buying another bag.
Right. So
that's literally the same as your last bag.
You're right. Like, that's another thing. Like, people really think like having all this materialistic things is gonna make you happy. It's not. If the happiness don't come from within, then there's no point.
Right.
You feel me? It don't matter. You could You could buy the Christian Dior's, the Louis, the Versace's, the Lamborghinis, all that stuff. But generally, if you feel like you still ask yourself, okay, why am I not happy? I'm not. It's because you're just buying those things just to distract yourself from yourself.
You know what? As you said that,
like that's the honest.
I got a whole. That's what you call artificial confidence.
Right.
Artificial confidence, if you feel as though you're happy and you're confident through the materials that you have, that means if you was never happy in the first place, right. if you never had happiness in the first place, if you never had like some joy in the first place or joy along the journey, what makes you think you're going to have joy at the end of the journey?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The people,
you gotta enjoy the process.
You gotta enjoy the process.
You gotta enjoy. So that means when it comes to like when you're learning a new skill, when it comes to like learning anything new, if you're not enjoying the ups and downs, because that's one thing. That's one thing that I would never understand. You thought this would be easy. If it was easy, anything that you're doing new that not many people are doing, it's gonna be hard. Boy, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But is it simple? Yes. Is it simple to do? Yes. Because what I do is very simple. It's very simple. But it's not easy.
It's easy to make money, but it's hard to keep it.
It's hard. Exactly.
It's just, you make just think about it. You make money working at a 9-to-5 job, but how often do you keep the money? How often do you invest in it? It's easy to make money, but it's hard to keep it.
Right.
You know, especially, you know, I feel like too, life insurance is very important too. Now see, y'all ain't ready for that though. I don't know deep about life insurance, but I can tell you, when you generate that generational wealth, it's very important to have life insurance because that right there,
that is one of the easiest ways to set your child up.
That right there.
That is literally one of the easiest ways to set your child up
for life.
For life. That is what, like, that's not even talked about either. Because I was like, listen, hey, for me, when I grow up, I'm definitely going to get life insurance. Just that's like one of the easy, right there off the bone. Right there off life the bone. Insurance. Because,
life insurance, man.
What's his name? Prince Darnell. I don't know if y'all know him.
Prince Darnell. He the GOAT. Shout out to you, my boy, because you be definitely be spending some stuff.
He be dropping a lot of gems when it comes to taxes and all that stuff. Like that's another thing when it comes to money as well. Like people don't discuss about.
Let's keep it real. I'm just not aside from the subject. I'm one of these days.
Right.
I'm gonna call it next year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, I'm gonna speak into existence. If and when, not if, no when.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get him on this podcast, and I'm telling you, this is going to be something serious.
It's already done. It's
bruh.
Like
consistency.
It's already done.
Please focus on consistency. Investing consists of consistency. Consistency consists of self-discipline.
Right.
You have to be self-disciplined to be consistent, and be consistent to be self-disciplined.
And that's with any craft. That's with
anything.
That's with anything.
That's not even with money. That's anything,
That's
bro.
with any craft. So for me, for example, to put in perspective, I have certain rules that I follow on a day-by-day basis. And I have it in front of me every single day. So my first rule for me when it comes down to trading and investing is no emotions. That's not even talking about.
Psychology. Money is psychology, bro.
Everything. Like, that's my first number one rule. No emotions. Right?
That's what they taught me when I was in trading too, bro. If you anxious, bro, you gonna mess up a trade real quick, bro.
Right.
I ain't gonna cap.
Or control your emotions. When I mean like when they say that, I first learned that a year and a half into trading. And that was the main reason I kept blowing accounts. My first year. Because I was revenge trading. I was being so damn emotional, losing money. And that goes in to highlight like how attached I was with the money.
That's what society makes it place you as. Like, it places people, they make money so high value, saying that money is everything. Money, it's just you need money to live.
Right.
But money can't generate all the stuff that deals with the internal workings of what you supposed to be working on yourself.
Right. Exactly. Don't let this money distract you from you. Don't let it distract it from you, because like that showed me like how attached I was with the money, and then I was kind of like, okay, what happens if I just detach myself with the money? All of a sudden, I started making money. I started making a few withdrawals. Like, I was in school. There was one day, I remember this day, my first withdrawal. This was just me trading stocks. First withdrawal. Lunch, I used that to buy lunch. That shit was real. This was before Bitcoin. This was before this is just stocks. Like, it took a couple of days to hit my account, and I used that to buy lunch. And then I had another withdrawal. I used that to buy gas. I was like, this is ridiculous. Right? How like this is like, I'm using this to like pay for it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it almost feel like did I do this? Did I just do this? Did I just make this money and then pay for gas? Pay for lunch? Like, and I was this is coming from the guy like usually a year before had $15 in the account.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy. Bro.
And I'm coming now. Now I'm making withdrawals. So I was like, oh my God. But then I was like, how did I got to that point from blowing accounts to making withdrawals? It's because I found a mentor. So that goes back to the 700. So I literally paid $700 to be met. I paid $700. This is me. I hustled for that money. I hustled for that money, and I got the money, and I paid $700. He actually gave me a discount, honestly, because I told him I'm in college. Like the original price, it was $1,250. It was $1,200, and he gave me a discount.
He blessed you.
Right, exactly.
He
like,
blessed you, bro.
And like he showed me how simplified listen, I'm not gonna lie, because I teach people now how to trade, and some people like how simple it is, and some people are just in disbelief how simple it is. When I mean like disbelief, I mean like I'm talking about like people. Like, I wouldn't think doctors or like the smartest people in the room, I don't think they are able to trade. I'm not gonna lie, because like it's so simple to the point where what the like it's kind of like it challenged like the way the whole life way of think. Like they think it's like, okay, so people think for me to make money, I have to do the hardest, complex thing, and it has to be complex. It gotta be. It ain't no way. Like think about it. You gotta work 9 to 5. You gotta do all those hours, and at the end of 2 weeks, you get paid. But the way I show people how to trade, it's like, oh no, this is it. I'll be like, yeah, that's it, and they'd be like.
I can see why, because it's like if I'm a doctor and I'm making $100,000 a year, but this person is literally making just as much under less time,
and it under like it's so simple, like it's so like all I do is just place a couple lines down, have a few confirmations, boom. That's how me and my team make our money, and for people that's like it's too simple for them. Like it's like as I'm saying, like it's almost disbelief. Like there's no way y'all making money like this. Like it's almost like they're questioning my because when my mentor, because I could understand where they're coming from. Because when my first stocks my first mentor, and he showed me, I was like in disbelief. When I mean disbelief, I was like, ain't no way, my boy. Ain't no way, my boy. Ain't no. When I mean like, I was like, it almost felt like I had to drop my whole entire. It comes back to ego. It comes back to the mindset. Like, I'd like, damn. This is why the dumbest people on earth make millions.
It's so crazy because when you said that, right, it made me think of that meme. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy.
I was in disbelief.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
Bro, I was in disbelief. Like, no cap. I was in disbelief. But I dropped my ego. I was like, okay. If it was this simple and it's not complex, because before I was doing a bunch of stuff. I had like many lines on my screen, many different things on my screen. Now it's just a couple lines, a couple confirmations. That's it. Boom. That's all I need. That's all I need. And then that helped me get my first withdrawal. That helped me help me pay for this and that. And I'm like, so this is how the rich are moving. Like, they not doing like they got like the only difference between the richest people on earth right now and just the average people is mindset. That's it. That's it. That is it. Cause ain't no way. Like if you see how these rich people are moving, you be like, holy fuck. I'm sorry for my father, but you be like,
no, it's cool.
Holy, like,
trust me, it's explicit. This is explicit content, so don't even worry about that.
It's like, bro, like the way. Once my mentor showed me that, and then once I was like, what the?
It's so crazy because it's like,
Yo.
my understanding. You're right. What makes the successful person? What mindset?
It's no different.
It's like I could literally be working in the same building as you, working the same job as you, getting paid the same as you, but my mindset has me different from you. So while you thinking about the next check, I'm thinking about the next years of my life.
Speak on it. Right. Speak on it.
It don't matter where you came from.
It don't matter.
Your mindset is what makes you different from other individuals.
Right.
Your way of thinking is the way you're going to be living in the next couple of years.
Right.
Your thought process is what creates your lifestyle. Thoughts turn into things. And guess where the thoughts come from? Your mindset.
Yup.
And your mindset is very obedient to the thoughts. So if you're thinking negative, guess what the mind's going to do? The thoughts, your mind follows those thoughts. Oh, I'm thinking negative. Well, it's time to make my whole lifestyle negative. Let me just go and follow what I'm thinking.
Right. And to even talk about that, it took me, I'm currently doing this now, but we call it a paradigm. So
Bob Proctor.
We call it a paradigm. So, I was on a Brock Proctor Zoom, and he talked about it. And this question, I was like, he found, after a year, I was looking for the answer to this one question. Like, what controls our thoughts? Like, what make us, like, what generally just makes us think the way we think? You feel me? And then I went on a Bob Proctor Zoom. It wasn't even my Zoom. Someone literally shared. So I had to go on somebody's Zoom. Luckily, they're on my team. They shared their Zoom, and it was Bob Proctor. And he talked about paradigm. And he said, we have the ability to accept or reject things. From when we start with, like, the day we were born. The day we were born, we have the ability to accept or reject. So anything that you hear, see, you have the ability to accept or reject. We call it a paradigm. You're conscious and subconscious, right? So as everybody was a child, right? Depending on your environment, depending on who was around you, if it was just negative things and you just accepted negative things, that's how you're gonna see the world when you grow up, just complete negative. Like if you live in a bad neighborhood, if you see, for example, people dying left and right, if you see people just being bad people, you would think when you grow up,
that's your way of life.
That's just the way of life. Vice versa, if you see positive things, if you see, somebody helping people out and all that stuff, do you think that's just the way of life? That's the way of life. So he talked about how the paradigm controls how you think. Like, literally, like, what are you accepting on a daily basis? Like, is it negative? Is it positive? Negative meaning, like, how do you view yourself? If someone calls you ugly or dumb or stupid, you have the ability? You have two choices. Do I accept that or do I reject that? So it took me going to me personally, it took me literally 1 year to change my whole paradigm. So it's like no negative thoughts come, like some negative thoughts, like I like before it was way negative thoughts.
Way worse.
It was like negative thoughts left and right.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, it was like, yo, why am I thinking about myself like this, or why am I like, and then now today, it's like more positive thoughts. And I just realized, like, it just feels like life is just good regardless. Even if something tragic happens, even if something bad happens, it's like my paradigm is getting to the point where it's kind of like, it's going to be okay.
That's how I feel.
But you feel me? It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. 100%. Because it's kind of like I have the ability to accept and reject anything. If it's all about the belief. Like, do you believe? Like, what do you believe in? Like once you know who you are as a person, once you figure that out first, and once you figure out like what's your purpose is, like, what's your purpose is, you know what I'm saying? anything that's going against your purpose, anything that's going against you would literally reject that. You be like, yeah, that's not. I rebuke that spirit. I don't want that energy around me. You'll start like I had to cut people off. I'm not gonna lie. I had to cut. That's how I feel like my life went from. It just did a whole 360, just because I started with my mind, and that helped me attracted to my like same like individuals like you. You feel me? I don't think I would be in this car right now if I didn't do the things I did before.
Right.
So right now, I feel like I met anything that's coming, like anybody that's came in my life now, right? Or the people I'm talking to, I manifested it months ago.
You are who you attract.
Right.
Law of attraction.
Right.
Follows by law of vibration.
Right.
You operate at a high frequency and a high vibration, you're going to attract others that have that same type of energy. Mm-hmm. And if you're around negative people, they will you'll see the distance because your energy is different from theirs. So it's going to naturally space itself out.
Right.
It's going to naturally.
It got to happen.
It's going to show in your feelings and your thoughts about the individual. Right. You know what I'm saying? It starts off from there. And it was something that you had stated earlier too. I felt the same way months back when the whole change started because I wanted to change. That's the number one thing.
One thing.
Yeah. And then when it comes to change, it comes to exposure. Mm-hmm. You have to be exposed to something new which you're not accustomed to.
Right. You gotta get uncomfortable.
Right.
That's that. You really gotta get uncomfortable.
That's the number one thing. Yeah.
You really gotta get uncomfortable, and that's one thing. That's one thing. That's one thing I like about trading. That's one thing I like about trading.
It's always uncomfortable, bro.
It's always, and then eventually it becomes comfortable. Like this is the norm. Like one thing about trading is like, I said before, I was like, I just withdrew and I paid for this. That to me, that was shocking. That was shock. Like I was like, this is like I did it. I know, like I made the money and I withdrew and it paid for my gas. It paid for certain other things and all that stuff. That was all new. But now that's normal. That's normal.
That's like the normal shit.
Like that's normal. You know what I'm saying? So now even more, like trading really exposed. It really exposed who I am as a person. Like trading is like. Trading, I view trading like it's like trading. I view trading like you're looking at a mirror. Literally, you're looking at a mirror. You know what I'm saying?
So put it in simpler terms, like for people who may not understand.
So basically,
the concept of like you're looking in the mirror, like
so trading will really expose who you are as a person. So what I discovered for me, one thing I wasn't really patient. Like one thing I was not a patient person because I will always kind of like. Rush, get like FOMO. We call it FOMO, like fear of missing out on a trade, and then you getting that one play, and then you think, and all of a sudden it goes like it hits the fan, like it goes back on you just because you're like, oh shit, I thought it was gonna go up, I thought it was gonna go in this direction, what you get in, like you already missed the move already, but the fear of missing out kicks in. And you be like, no, let me just head in. Let me just go in without thinking. And you just got fucked. Like you got fucked. Now you losing money. So another one. I think our biggest one was, as I said before, it was like me being emotional. So I would lose a trade, and then I would start revenge trade. I'd be like, nah, I didn't lose that money. Nah, I need my money back.
Don't get me wrong. The saltiest thing in the world, especially investing in trading, is losing money, bro. Like no one wants to lose money, bro. Like,
but it gotta happen.
But it's gotta happen. I mean, that's a part of the process, bro. That's a part of the process. A lot of investors, they lose money just as much as they make it. Right. As much money they make, they lost a lot of that along the way. You know what I'm saying? And when you was talking about patience, this connected with something else too. Average people want quick money.
That's another thing.
They want quick bread.
That's another thing. But the thing that be confusing me is like people will wait 4 years to get a degree. But when it comes to trading, you want that money so fast, so quick. It's like you want to learn the skill set so quick. Why are you rushing the process?
Why are you rushing greatness, bro?
Why are you rushing
Greatness is not
Greatness
supposed
takes
to be rushed.
time.
Yeah, it takes time. Success takes time, patience, and a sense of value.
Right.
That's like number one. What are your values when you go into training? What are your values? What are some things that you tell yourself on the day? I will be patient, or some affirmations to tell yourself when you go into this level of success and greatness. Mm-hmm. What are some things you value? You know what I'm saying? It goes from there too. But yeah, in investing, man, it just comes with how do you value yourself when you try to get this money? Don't allow the money to change you, because for one, as you said earlier, have purpose. Mm-hmm. Now, this sparked it up something else too. We're not going to smooth into relationships, but if you don't have good financial habits,
right, when
you go into the relationship with someone,
right,
those bad financial habits is going to affect your relationship.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, if you didn't have good habits before, what makes you think you're going to have good habits once you get in a relationship? Unless that person is already somewhat trained and already have certain even when they're already trained and already have good financial habits, doesn't mean they're going to deal with someone who has bad financial habits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That can translate over to a relationship. Like, no matter whatever way you like it, you need money.
Right, exactly.
You need money to live. You need money to get resources. You need money to get assets. You need money to just take care of you.
That's a fact.
It is what it is. No matter how way you like it, money's the root of it. Well, love ain't gonna get you but so far, bruh. Love ain't gonna put love ain't gonna pay your bills. Exactly. Love generates all things in the spiritual world and as individuals. Now, like I said, I don't know everything. I'm gonna leave the space open for everyone, because everyone has different opinions about this topic. But this is just personally how I feel. Love is not gonna generate you income. You can have as much love in the world. No one's not gonna go on the street and say, since you have a lot of love, I'm gonna give you $100 million.
No,
it's not just gonna roll like that.
It's not gonna go. You gotta put the work.
It's not gonna roll like that.
You gotta put the work.
It's not gonna roll like that. So back to where I was stating earlier, you need to generate good financial habits before you even get into like a relationship with anyone or whatever the case may be. Know what you're designed to do first before you even think about like relationships and other things of that nature. But to just turn that back, I wanted to say that real quick, because when you had mentioned something about purpose, a lot of people don't have a sense of purpose. Right. A lot of people don't know what their purpose is. But that
goes back into finding who you are as a person first. Like, you really got to understand, like, forget trying to fit in. Because it all starts, because I never fit in when I was young.
I never fit in
either. I never fit in.
I was a cool dude, but I never really I always stuck with the same dudes I always stuck with, but I never was like wanted to go out, talking to everybody. Oops, my bad. Yeah, talk out with everybody and conversate with everybody, and just wanted to fit in with people. I always felt different, and this being unique creates value.
Right, being unique. Right, like for me, I was always a social butterfly. I couldn't stay with the same. I feel like I always wanted to learn from other people. Like, that's just for me. Like, I always wanted to learn from other people, but I always wanted to okay, how these people like, why they like this, why they like this. Like, I never fit in. I was bullied in middle school because I didn't fit in with any crowd. I was bullied in middle school. But we definitely grew from that. We definitely learned from that. Like,
they ain't bullying you now, bruh.
But exactly.
You investing now. You know what I'm saying? You making bread. You feel me?
So it's kind of like, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you gotta know who you are as a person. Once you find out who you are as a person, I'm not gonna say like there's a certain way to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta know, like, what do you like? Like start like, what do you like? You feel me? Start out with that. Like, what do you like? Or what do you like to do?
Your purpose always been there. You just looking for it in the wrong places and the wrong people.
Right.
Your purpose
you gotta stop looking for your purpose. It's not outside. It's within. It's you. It starts with you. You trying to search for answers from this person. No. You know what it is.
That's what generates revenue. Once you know who you are, once you find your purpose is what put food on the table. Your purpose is what gives you your money. Your purpose is what feeds your family, feeds you, puts the clothes on your back, pays the bills in your house, create the lifestyle that you exactly want. But in order for you to do that, you have to know what your purpose is.
You gotta know what your purpose is, and you gotta be willing to put in the work. Like people, that's another thing. Like people, there's a difference between people who say it and people who do it. Like you gotta, I try to surround myself with doers, like that, cause that's literally in what was it? That's literally how who I was around with all my life when it came to elementary, middle and high school. Like I've been around people. Like I didn't go to no city schools or whatever. I was just straight county, but people that I surrounded myself were just straight doers. They say they're going to do something, and they did it. And that you know, when I was young, that like, damn, he actually did that shit, or she actually did that shit. Like when they say, like, when they don't even talk, they just do it. Like that's a whole nother level of
that's a
whole nother level. Like that's who like I was surrounding myself with, because I'm like, because people be like, because now people nowadays, they just be talking. See, a lot of people be talking. A lot of people be saying, "Oh, I'm going to start this. I'm going to, like, we doing this in the car. We doing this in the car.
We doing this in the car, bruh." So
like he didn't make no, like, I thought he was doing this in the studio. I thought he was doing this, like, we doing this in the car, bro. Like, literally, we doing this in the car. We having a whole podcast in the car. In the car, exactly. If there's a will, there's a way. And that's how I looked at it. That's how I looked at myself in investing. Like, if I want to make some money legally, without me, like, legally, without, they got, like, okay, I got to learn this skill set, because I know this skill set going to pay me forever. You feel me?
Exactly.
And this skill set, I could pass it down. And then if I have kids and I teach them how to do it, I'm starting them young. Ain't no way.
Young. They're gonna be dogs by the time when they in their teens.
I'm starting them. They're gonna be cold. They're gonna be cold.
They're gonna be cold, bro.
They're gonna be cold. Like, but it's like you gotta ask yourself, what like, are you about that life that you're talking about?
Exactly. You gotta practice what you teach, and
you gotta practice. Like, you literally got. I'm tired. You know. This is the difference. Like, people on social media, it's like, it's just fake. Like, it's a lot of fake things going around in today's society that people just dismiss. Like, and I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. Cause I came up with a generation of, like, as I said before, like, with people who actually did this shit as they said they were going to do.
And as to feed off what you were saying earlier, like, be around doers instead of sayers. Say, do it. Damn it, I'm trying to rephrase what you had just said. You said, do what you say you're gonna do. Mm-hmm. You don't have to say it, just do it. Right. Now, to people who are that way, they have nothing to prove to no one else but themselves.
That's another, like, y'all just got me. Wait, hold on.
We turning up now,
bro. That's another thing, yo. Like, people be like, don't do this shit. Don't do anything that you're doing. It better be for you. Don't do it for your. I don't care who. Don't do it for your parents, your siblings, your cousin, your grandma, your grandpa, your friends. Don't do it for them, because at the end of the day, it's your life.
At the end of the day, it's your life.
It's your life.
No cap, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably about to be one of the best podcasts that I probably had on this. I know this is hot.
No, like, listen.
Not even cut you off though, bro. But
but like, you already got me. You already got me going, bro.
Keep it going, bro.
Like, it's your life. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I bet you, if everything just crumbles down and you have to start again, like, you start something up and it crumbles down, I'm telling you, and you did it, and you were doing it for this person, I'm telling you right now, they are not going to save your ass. They're not. The only person that's going to save you is you. That's it. Once I learned that shit, I was like, listen,
it's go mode.
Go mode. Once I understood that, I was like, listen, I'm going to do this is I'm going to make what I'm doing is for me. It's for me. It's for me. Like it's for me. I like this. This is what I want to do. So you gotta ask yourself, what you doing right now? Is it? What do you want to do? Like there's people out here. That's another thing. That's another thing that got. Another thing.
To feed off what you said, the best thing about an empire crumbling down is that you know exactly what to do to build it again.
Exactly. And this time,
better.
It's better. And guess what? If you have a network of people, like I think Prince Darnell said it. Like Prince Darnell said it one time. He said. I think I'm paraphrasing. He said, if I went back down to 0 today, he said he wouldn't get. You want to know why? Cause his network of people, the people he survived. Let me tell y'all something. You can go fast alone, but you can go farther with people. So you can your first. I seen this on Instagram first. Your first $1,000 is from your hard work. You feel me? Your first 1K, your first 100K, that's from working smart. But your first 1 million, once you don't, it's people. People build like relationship builds businesses. That is point
that's
blank
hard.
Simple.
That's
is from, I think that's from Prince Darnell's wife.
Think about this. We are all social creatures.
Right.
We all, as I told you before we started a podcast, we are designed to help other people. We are social creatures. When we socialize, we're better as a union than independent.
Right.
We can get far being independent.
Right.
But when we operate as union, when we start socializing with the right people who have the right assets, the right resources, oh man, the reward is endless.
The
reward is endless.
That's a fact.
The reward is endless, bro. You can go as far as you want.
Far as you want. But let's piggyback a little bit. Let's piggyback to the doers. You feel me? Like back to what I was saying about people do it for you. Right? Do it for you. Right? That's another thing when it comes that like people will complain about their situation.
But don't do shit to change it.
That to me, that is just like that's an insult not only to you, not only to yourself, but to like if you got that's an insult to your kids. You have kids. That's an insult to your future generation. Because what you're saying is like I don't like where I'm at in life right now, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm not gonna pave it forward. You're not doing. If you're just complaining and not doing shit about it, that you're not helping.
You living in mediocrity at this point.
You living in like exactly. Who's that helping?
Ain't helping no one else. You only helping to comfort yourself. That's really it. You're helping to comfort yourself
so
because you really don't want to get you because I don't feel like doing it, or this is too hard, or this is too frustrating. You only thinking about you, but you're not thinking about who you could be impacting in the future.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. Like it's anything. It's big. Like invest. It's bigger than me. Trading and invest. It's bigger than me. This could help my kids. This could help my friends. This could help. This could help all the people around me. Put them on game.
I feel like once you have a purpose, if your purpose, I'm bad for cutting because I know you were flowing, but it's like everything you saying, bro, it gotta be something. I want to say something.
Right.
When you have a purpose, make sure it's just not just for you and your family. When you have a purpose, it should be for a bigger cause.
Right.
I believe it's okay to do it for family, but make sure you are your first priority.
Right.
Then you can say your mom. Then you can say your dad. Then you can say all these other people. Because at the end of the day, those people, they're not going to see the vision that you see. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
The vision was given to you for a reason. That goes into another thing. Because, hold on. Your vision, it was given to you for a reason. And what I mean by that is, that vision was given to you because there were certain people that needed to see you. There were certain people that needed to see you.
You about to make me get out the car.
You were the light. Like, you were the light for them. So they can... Bro, you just got me going. Hold on. That vision was sent by... Like, you needed to see it. Like, God sent that vision to you because God wanted you, or if you don't believe in God, but that higher power wanted you to impact certain people. So those people can impact... Let me...
Go ahead, man. You preaching.
But another thing is that it was given to you. That's to solidify. If anybody tries to diminish or doubt that vision, you should not care, because it wasn't. They would never understand. Those people that don't understand, it wasn't for them. But those people that do understand your vision, that sees the same vision as you, it was for them. It was for them because God said, I'm going to give you this vision so you can impact these type of people. So those people can impact. You see the snowball effect, right? So if you quit, and J. Cole said it. He said, oh my God. J. Cole said it. J. Cole said on his recent album, I'll be dead wrong if I quit. That's how I view myself right now. Like, if I quit today, I know, bro, it's not just me. It's not just me that I'm quitting on. I'm quitting on my team, my family. I'm quitting on my kids. I'm quitting on people 50 years after me. I'm quitting on people 100 years after me. I'm quitting on people 200. That's a lot of fucking people. You're not just quitting on yourself.
You never know who you impacting. You never know who you inspiring, bro. The minute you put your work out there, man, right, people see it. Right. People 40% of people, no, 90% of people are watching you.
Right.
That exactly. 10%. Exactly. Yo, what is going on, guys? Hopefully you guys made it to the end of this podcast. I meant to mention it earlier that this podcast was a 2-hour and 25-minute session. So what I did basically was split this podcast in pretty much 2 parts. So part 2 will be dropping next week for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'm going to let you guys hear a little bit of like a minute sneak peek of what will be coming in the next episode of Common Sense Podcast. Peace. That's number one.
You got to see it before you see it.
Faith is in the belief in things you cannot see.
You got to see it before you see it and before anybody sees it. You got to have, if you want to be a millionaire, or if you want to be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, you got to say to yourself, I'm a millionaire. It's called affirmations. You feel me? Affirmations. It's called, I am a millionaire. I am a billionaire. I am happy. I am this. I am successful. I am great. I am joyful. I am, like, you saying that is letting your mind know, is like, okay, I am a millionaire. Your mind cannot, this is the thing. Your mind doesn't know the difference from reality, from the real world, and just what's up where you're at. Like, it doesn't know the difference.